Reminiscing back to 8 years ago today, the tears of joy that rang your way, the optimism bursting through, and you feeling the beginning of a beautiful change, believing that we finally found the framework of something magical, and yes, we can. But the fact is, we haven't though. Haven't found it yet, but yet have moved further away from a day where we can rejoice, and your voice is not only heard, but listened to. Every single word, yes. 'Cause 4 years ago, those tears were of hope from that vote that would bestow onto us our rock, Barack, the man that gave us faith in this life, and our rights, and our minds that over time we could bind and mend the wounds from the lashes. From years ago, from our slavery woes all the way to Jim Crow to today, where they have found a way to tell the world that America needs to be made great again. But how could it have been great when it was never great for us? When we couldn't even ride the bus, relegated to the back, and the irony in that is that this country was made on our backs. That's just facts. Don't be sore about it, just be informed about it. I don't want to go to war about it, but if you keep denying it and lying, then it might cause me to ball my fist. And I don't want this, but how long can it all go on? How long into my family has to spend every day missing me? Maybe I'm the next victim of racially influenced police brutality, which is very likely because it's really hard to keep me quiet. I simply won't be silenced, and while I come in peace, please do not mistake that for meaning I will retreat when you ask it of me. I won't, because you see, contrary to popular belief, this country equally belongs to me. But unfortunately, we can't go back and tell that to the names of Kendra James, Eric G, all these names taken in vain, leaving a void in our lives like Rakia Boyd, a young Tamir Rice, because his story is history, like Malcolm X, Emmett Till, or Huey P. And please do not tell me to relax unless you have a history of keeping track of our misery. It only shows that your mind and your heart lack the capacity and empathy to help retract these horrible acts and fill the cracks in the system made to set back a pigment. To ignore it and say it isn't real is simply a figment of your imagination, because believe you me, this nation is broken when our communities see the one black as a token. So our minds go unspoken for, unsure if speaking up is safe or if someone can relate to our struggles or our troubles. So we stay in our own little bubbles alone. Yes, right now I'm in the zone. So I advise you to take 10 steps back if your mind can't handle a young educated black man, unafraid to be damned by this country, unafraid of the Klan, and most importantly, unashamed of who I am. Because I see the beauty in our melanin. And if they think otherwise, then to hell with them. Because we derive from the kings of men, and the fact that we survived through the sins of this country is a godsend. Tell them again and again. And don't forget, when they ask you why, attempting to confide and apologize for their sin, don't get bent, invite their repent, it's not that dense. Tell them it only takes common sense to see that contrary to popular belief, this country equally belongs to me. Contrary to popular belief, this country equally belongs to me. Contrary to popular belief, this country equally belongs to me.